ever Women's World Cup finals reaching an historic conclusion here today on a stifling Lyon afternoon. The USA looking to retain the trophy. Mbappe, Samuel Eto'o, Yuri Georgiev, Tim Cahill and Sue Smith. Our very own star.
Take a breath now.
Well, there's the one everyone's talked about, Megan Rapinoe. Well, there's the great and the good, we just mentioned them. So off we go. It culminates in this, the 2019. So, and then Martin's on the left. We'll see if that changes. Because we won the final 4 years ago. Lewis. The Dutch must continue. She has stayed down, Morgan. Here's Lewis. Nearly into the Van der Donk. They've come up with a way here to beat the USA. She looks for the run of Behrens. Being a little bit sluggish to get up. She's there now. Well balanced, in comes across. Right back off the 200 Rapinoe. How about that? The crossfield ball. Too much pace on it, but the vision was there.
That's what she's got, that quality vision.
Dutch midfield area, a record appearance holder. Lavelle around the corner. Wrong choice, wrong choice. No, he got there. Looked a little bit iffy, but there's good communication between there and Sabran. Rapinoe and Morgan and Sabran, survivors of the starting lineup 4 years ago. A chance in this, really. The USA I saw with some bookmakers 9-2 on to win the World Cup. Rapinoe, Heath, cleverly done. A little bit of a stumble. Rose Lavelle on the outside. Solid block by Van Veenendaal. Here's Rapinoe. Defending there, in fact by far more of the ball. Away by Decker. Poorly. Morgan sets Heath away. No, she doesn't. Just done. Bribe Stephanie van der Gracht. Done. Allowed to get the cross, and Lewis is the danger there. No great pressure from her on Van Veenendaal. It's quite good in Van der Gracht. Crucial moment in the game. In towards the flick on by Ertz. Comes out to Lavelle. Ertz got there! Fired away, out to O'Hara. And Medina got it away for the Netherlands.
It's such a threat at set pieces. Wins the first ball, and then
up towards well over Miedema's pace. Here's Heath's pace now. Cleared away by Van Loon. The Dutch plan A. And O'Hara now with a cross into the middle. Rapinoe is coming in. That's a low and flat. And away. Megan Rapinoe. Little flick on by Morgan, out by Van der Gracht. And Van der Donk has got back. And the ball up towards Morgan. Great defending by Van der Gracht. And Morgan has gone down very, very cheaply. It's a corner, but listen to the neutrals. The blue headband. Lewis is behind her. It's beyond them both. Here's Rapinoe back into the middle. Oh, good save to deny Lewis. Reactions from the goalkeeper. Back out here to Heath. Danger now. Van der Gracht. Ball from Sabran to Rapinoe. In towards Morgan. It's saved. It may have flicked off the post, but Van Veenendaal is keeping the US at bay. When it comes to Lewis, Van der Gracht got it away under real pressure. That's picks out Morgan, gets the shot away. Fine goalkeeping again. Here's Van der Donk. Wernan's gone away to the right. She held on to it a fraction too long. And then looks for Berenstain. And she's clipped there. Decker. It's going to be Shola Spitzer. Well, it deflected on through there. Yes, it did. It's Italy. She's in there wearing 3 and towards Mertens. Bernstein was behind, good header away. And Van Lunteren towards forward. She's been playing left back today. Miedema, strong run into the box. Van der Donk in the middle. Didn't get there.
He's with their first half performance.
But as it is, it's very, very tight. The diversity. She broke her leg a few months later. She had blood clots in her lungs, and they triggered 6. Rapinoe will take it. Hertz has gone near post for the flick. Got easily. Here's Rapinoe. Morgan's on the edge of the penalty area. Rapinoe, easy for the goal. Time the US plays so much international football. And done. She's gone for Morgan through the middle. It wasn't the best of passes to her. Anouk Decker. Turin. Rapinoe won't run with her. She won't go with her. She looks for Van der Donk. Rapinoe with the throw. Might have hit a hand in there. Here to Lavelle. Be interesting to see that one again. Certainly Van der Donk has been scoring in all but 2 of their 17 previous finals in major competitions. Morgan! In comes the ball. She's gone down under pressure from Van der Gracht. Corner kick given. And we wait that last angle. If she sees that, the throw being decided by VAR, that's a penalty.
Yeah, it is.
The decision is penalty kick.
Unfortunately, she has to go for it. She has to stretch for it. Morgan just does so well to get a body across.
Shoots, scores. USA lead. First VAR penalty given in the World Cup final in the women's game. And the US to go to extra time only the other night. The USA had the extra day to visit from US to dispossess Van der Donk. Heavy touch, but she's allowed to run on here. Miedema into the penalty area. Has she done too much? Yes, she did. Van Lunteren. There she is. Second half. Van der Donk. Too easy that. And Lavelle. Back it comes here then to Alex Morgan. Lavelle drives on here for the USA. And keeps going. And scores! And surely the World Cup is heading back to the United States of America. One of the best young players at the tournament scores the second. What a wonderful World Cup she has had. Rose Lavelle. 2-0 USA.
She deserves that goal. This has certainly been a breakthrough tournament for her. I'm not sure how many people...
Rapinoe. And Morgan wants it. And Heath has it. And Heath gets it. And Heath misses the chance. And it's scuffed wide in the air.
Yeah, the Dutch have gone to a 4-3-3 and just so many spaces.
Murmurs coming out of the US camp that they were worried about the tournament. Here's Morgan now to surely finish things into the penalty area. Fine goalkeeping. Now Bernstein. Miedema holding in the deep position on the edge of the penalty area. Seen off by Krieger. Spitzer tries to find Van der Sanden. Miedema coming short for the ball. Van der Donk wanted it. She's in the penalty area now. Put it away. Rapinoe. Penalty put them on the way. Dunn to wrap it up. Bristol Dunn to wrap it up. Oh, brilliant goalkeeping. Surely the player of the match in the World Cup final.
She's been fantastic. Dunn does so well. I just wonder, could she have squared it?
Rapinoe with the corner. Headed up and away by me. That's it from her. And the first shot from there's had to save in the final. Target for the Dutch. They need better than that. Understand it. The defending. Oh, my hurts. Can the Dutch get back into it here? Spitzer with it. Oh, goodness gracious. Not a great touch, but she gets it back here. Kristen Press sent on for just this job. because they knew that. Miedema to attack it in the air, cushion headed down. Van der Donk got in there. Out it goes. Krieger. Dagger stayed down at the moment for Morgan into the penalty area. She goes. Could end it. Heath took the extra touch. She's got Morgan back in the middle. She's got now Rose Lavelle. Press, Morgan's in the middle. Nothing. Here's Berenstein. How adventurous is she now? Tobin Heath takes the extra step. Van der Gracht good defending against her. Heath had time in a matter of moments. And she's flopped to the ground. And the free kick goes the Dutch way. And it might suggest to Jill Ellis that Tobin Heath is absolutely out on her legs. Driven it straight at Rose Lavelle. Such a terrific runner with the ball up through the gears. Out by Van der Ronan. Hat-trick in the final 4 years ago. Well, hat-trick in the first 6. Spitzer, Miedema, Ruud. Guns underneath that by Bloodworth. Miedema making a nuisance of herself. Ertz has dropped back in there as she had in by Van Lunteren. He's away there to the right hand side and played in poorly. Has to readjust. She can get the shot away though. Here's Lavelle. That's handball, I think. They love a party. And they are flying their flags at the moment. Isolated with Van der Gracht. Can she put the icing on the cake? USA are world champions again.
Dig deep into the realms of calmness and quality and
fantastic in this game itself. Some of the saves that
Rapinoe. What a summer she's had.